Hello, welcome to the Chapter 4 review. Before we even get started, I want to show you something that I caught on I did the third video first, actually. And so on question number 16, if you can go ahead and circle, it's letter B, it's 4. And I'm going to challenge you on that because you'll see when you get to the end, that it's really 14 equals R plus C, and then 14 equals 10 plus C, and so C should be 4. So you'll catch that when you watch my last video for the review. But we are going to start here with question number 1. This video is going to be problems 1 through 6. They're all 2 variable problems. So the first thing that I'm going to do here on question number 1 is I'm going to multiply both rows by 5 because of the fractions. So I will get 5x plus 5y equals 4. And then I will have 10x minus 5y equals a negative 1. And that's just by multiplying both through by 5 because of the fraction denominators are 5. The cool thing with that here is that the y's automatically eliminate, and then I have 15x equals 3. And when I divide by 15, we get 1/5 as x. And so if x is 1/5 plus y equals 4/5, then we can subtract 1/5 from both sides. And we can see that y is 3/5. So the correct answer should be D. 1/5 and 3/5. Okay. So number 2 here. I am going to choose to eliminate x because row 2 is already a multiple of row 1 and x. So I'm going to multiply row 1 by negative 9. So I'll have a negative 27x, a plus 81y, and a negative 162. Row 2 will all stay the same. So our x's cancel out. 81 minus 12 is 69y equals, I better use a calculator so I'm not making mistakes. So yep, 69. And then 231 minus 162 is 69. Well, that worked out. That's also 69. So when we divide by 69, we get y equals 1. And so 3x minus 9 times 1 equals 18. So if I add 9 to both sides, I get 3x equals 27. So x equals 9. And that means A is the correct answer. So let's look at number 3. So number 3 is, we've got some fractions. I am again gonna multiply through because I can eliminate my fraction. So 5, 3 can both get multiplied to make 30. So I'm gonna multiply through by 30 on the first equation. So that will be, when I do that, I get 6 times 4 is 24x minus 10y equals 1. Multiplying through by the denominator, common denominator really does make things easier. And then multiplying through by 30 on the second one is going to help too. So that will be a 60x plus a 60y equals 11. Okay, so I'm going to multiply row 1 by 6 because then I can eliminate my y's. So that's going to be 4 to 144x minus 60y equals 6, keeping row 2 the same. I get 204x equals 17. So if we divide by 204 on both sides, that's going to be a quirky one. So if we divide by 204, 17 goes into both, so it can just reduce to 1 over 12 is the answer. So let's do that because that'll be easier to work with. So x equals 1 over 12. So if that's the case, then x is 1 over 12 minus 10y equals 1. So 12 goes into 24 2 times. So we have 2 minus 10y equals 1. So subtracting 2 is a negative 1. Dividing by 10, a negative 10, y equals a positive 1/10. So 1/12 and 1/10. And that is letter C. Okay. Number 4. Lots of fractions on the review. That's good. So we have 2 fractions set up here. They both have denominator of 2, so I'm just going to multiply by 2 on both of them. So this will be x minus 3y equals a negative 4. And then multiplying by 2 on the bottom, we get a negative x plus 3y equals 6. And if we just add right here, right, our x's cancel and our y's cancel. So we get nothing on the left equals 2. That does not equal. So it's none of these. It's really an inconsistent system, right? They're just parallel lines. So inconsistent system. Parallel lines. Okay. So question number 5. Row 1, I'm gonna start by just adding 3 to both sides so that we have 3x plus 4y equals 7. And then I'm gonna multiply through by 2 to eliminate my fractions. So we'll have 5x minus 4y equals 1. Minus 4y equals 1. Ooh. And that's gonna be pretty helpful as well, because we can add them as is, and we have 8x equals 8. So x equals 1. So if x equals 1, I'm just going to replace that into row 1 to solve for y. Subtracting 3, we get 4y equals 4, and it looks like y equals 1. So x is 1, y is 1 is letter D. Number 4 is none of these, and number 5 is D. And then our last problem on this video is number 6. And then we'll move on to the 3 variable problem. So number 6 is the last 2 variable. This one, it looks like is set up really nice for substitution because we have x has a recipe using y of y plus 5. So I can substitute that into row 1. So 2 times y plus 5 plus 7y equals a negative 8. I have to distribute here, so 2y plus 10 plus 7y equals a negative 8. So 9y plus 10 equals a negative 8. So 9y equals a negative 18. So y equals a negative 2. And if that is true, then x must be 3. So the solution must be 3 and a negative 2, which appears to be letter C. And let me know if you have any questions.